Torrential floods in recent weeks have destroyed homes, crops and roads, leading to the displacement of hundreds of people from their homes in Marsabit County.
Well, the rains, which began in early March, follow a prolonged drought in the county, which was listed in the alarm phase by the Ndma and has brought widespread food insecurity for the last 4 years. The county government of Marsabit and aid agencies are appealing for more help to reach the vulnerable. Well, Citizen TV's Ayub Abdikadir reports that heavy rains are forecasted to continue throughout the county and has this report from Marsabit.
These are the images of the power of nature and the duality of extremes of Mother Nature. Dambala Fachana village in Moyale sub-county, Marsabit County. The devastating effects of flooding here are evident. Many homes here have been washed away. The rains poured here 2 days ago, and yet for mile after mile, it looks like this. Rashid Kotobo, a resident here, has seen his livelihood literally washed away in the flash floods that hit this sleepy village along the road that connects Marsabit and Moyale towns. The father of 6 lost all his 26 goats. He is sheltered by a relative in a nearby village. He shows us around his nearly submerged compound, and he feels miserable with nowhere to shelter. So is everyone here in Dambala Fachana, and they wonder what the future holds for them. What is ironic is that yesterday's drought-stricken families are today's internally displaced as a result of flooding.
Many houses have been destroyed by floods. I have over 7 kids. We are living at other people's houses.
His next-door neighbor is Khaliti Halkano. She's among those who have been displaced from this village due to floods following intense rains. She tells us she lost all her 15 goats and 7 cows. Her cowshed no longer exists. Nothing was spared inside her house either. No food, no place to live, and nowhere to sleep.
Everything we own has been displaced. We, residents of Dambala, have nothing we can call our own.
Astonishingly, people and their livestock here in Dambala Fachana, in this vast county that is larger in terms of landmass than Rwanda and Burundi combined, have been on the brink of starvation and flooding, a case of double tragedy. The area chief here, Adan Dadacha, tells me 384 households have been affected, some living in makeshift iron sheet houses, hoping that they will soon access their compounds that have been turned into small swamps. Of this number, only 76 have been helped, and it is painfully obvious that the remaining number and much more across this expansive county are in dire need of aid.
Kiangazi ile kali sana. Alafu baada ya kiangazi hivi mvua ikaanza. Mvua ilipoanza mafuriko kutoka maji kutoka milima ya Ethiopia iliathiri hii sehemu zetu kabisa. Hasa manya settlement karibu 3 hivi ndio ziliathirika zaidi. Hapa Dambala Fachana, Kadakurma na Mugura. Karibu familia 384 ndio ilisombwa na maji kabisa.
Marsabit County endured one of the worst droughts, and it is still in the red, according to the National Drought Management Authority Ndma, which is warning that the food situation in arid and semi-arid counties affected by the drought will continue to regress.
And it was actually projected to drift towards the emergency phase from March to June 2023. And the emergency phase implies that emergency phase of food insecurity implies that households have high food consumption gaps, in addition to extreme acute malnutrition for children below the age of 5 years. So in total, based on the assessment that was conducted, 309,176 people in Marsabit County require immediate food and non-food assistance for the next 6 months until from March to June 2023. 309,176 people, which represent 60% of the entire population based on the current population statistics.
Some 60 kilometers from Dambala Fachana, In Moyale Township, Ndma and the county government of Marsabit are receiving food aid from the Intergovernmental Authority on Development (IGAD), a member body of regional governments that focuses on regional integration under the leadership of Dr. Workene Gebbeyehu.
Why we are here today in Moyale, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development is there to complement the efforts of the member states. And in complementing the efforts of our government, you know the region has been severely hit by drought. I know we've received rains in the last 2 weeks. However, the effect of the drought, we are not yet out of it. And in view of that, the Intergovernmental Authority has allocated a budget of 10 million Kenya shillings to the equivalent of 10 million Kenya shillings to 3 member states, that is Ethiopia, Kenya and Somalia.
The dry spell stretched the resources and personnel of the county government of Marsabit, and the administration is still appealing for more resources to stave off what it says is the imminent tipping into starvation of many who cannot afford food.
We are still in emergency status because there's no food. When it rains, it does not mean that what comes down is food or even grass or pasture for our animals. So what we have at the moment is we have at least enough water in this side. Some other parts of this county, it has not rained enough. But generally speaking, we have received rainfall. That has changed the situation of the place in terms of vegetation. It's now green. But the rest of the thing is that there is no much that has changed.
IGAD has come in to say that we want to complement the efforts of our government, and that we want to support vulnerable communities in these these counties, that is Kilifi, Garissa, Wajir and Marsabit, and in particularly Moyale. We know that the rains have come. However, because of the drought, we have seen the torrential rain, and there has been flash floods.
Ndma says the nutrition status of children and women have worsened due to the prolonged drought. Over 970,000 children aged between 6 to 60 months and 142,000 pregnant and breastfeeding mothers are currently malnourished, compared to 884,000 reported in July last year. The current flood situation has torn apart lives, and the options are so limited for the displaced like Hashim and Kaliti. For now, many still remain extremely vulnerable. Ayub Abdikadir, Citizen TV, in Ndma Fachana village in Marsabit County.